Hey guys! So I finally read Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin, mostly because I did not have the time, sadly, but now I did. And let me just say, I absolutely loved the story. It was dark, it was gritty, it had a lot of heart and a lot of things that just really hit me in the feelings muscle. And I just have one question though. How have they not started thinking about doing a movie about this? I mean, seriously, it's that good. The story is amazing, the visuals, just everything. Like, I don't know. Is it just me, or do I want a movie of this? Seriously, I saw, the Last Ronin animation on YouTube, and I gotta say, that is basically like that should give some kind of filmmaker or anyone just the inspiration to make a Last Ronin film. It could be something like that, or it could be something I don't know how to explain it. It could be live action, 3D animated, 2D animated, whatever it can be. It just, I'm sorry, I just can't understand why this isn't a movie yet, because I get that it just came out, or just finished this year, but I mean, it's just that good. And, okay, for the rest of this, I should probably have the live action me talk about it. So, John, take it away. Thanks. Now, if you haven't read this book, I don't know what to tell you, but frankly, you're dead to me. Just kidding, just kidding. But seriously, if you haven't read this book, I strongly recommend that you do, because there's a lot of good things in here. Yeah, it sounds sad because there's only one turtle left, the other three are dead, but it's a really, to me, it's a really good revenge story. Here, let me see if I can find. So, the first thing we see in this book is the fact that the Last Ronin is going to New York, and he's talking to his brothers, but we don't really see them, so we don't know who's dead. But going further into this, we start to see the ghosts of them, hang on, I am really bad at this, right here, and right here as well. I don't know if you can see that, but anyway, I'm not gonna go through the whole story with you, because come on, it's gonna take maybe an hour to explain at least. But it's a really good story, and the whole thing is just really well done. Let me see if I can find it. I said it was a good revenge story, and the reason I say that is because there's a part where the Last Ronin basically defeats a foot robot or whatever, but it's revealed that it's actually also a human as well, so it's a cyborg. Here's the dialogue for it. So one of the turtle ghosts says, "What kind of sick freak does that to someone?" And the Last Ronin says, "The reason I'm here, that too." So basically, he's looking for someone, and it may not be the person who killed his family, but we get to know the main antagonist more, and it's basically the son of Oroku Karai, or the grandson of the Shredder. And so, in a way, it's also kind of giving off that whole sins of the father passed down to the son type of thing, and that's what the Last Ronin is doing. He's having Hiroto basically pay for what his whole family and clan did to his family. I'm sorry, I'm stammering over here. But I think the one thing that really makes me hope that this is a movie type thing is probably the ending part of part 1, which is what the animated short film on YouTube was based off of. Because in here it's like the Last Ronin fails to kill Hiroto, and he's like badly wounded, bleeding out, and like we get to see like it really hits me hard because we see like the Last Ronin just placing all the weapons like in front of him. Like he has Donnie's bow, Mikey's nunchucks, Raph's sai, and Leo's broken sword because of the fight he was in. And he puts the masks down on them as well, plus Master Splinter's book. Like, if you can't see the, like, sadness in his face, you can tell by the body language. And, like, he just feels like he's, like, failed so badly that he feels like he should die. And, like, he almost does it, but, like, to me, this is where it really shows strength, because, like, he literally stops himself. I mean, he's really weak and he falls to the ground, but he doesn't end his life. But he does end up in, like, a temporary purgatory where he sees his brothers, and then like, he wakes up, sees April, and we get the reveal that the Last Ronin is, spoiler if you haven't read it, Michelangelo. And then that's where we get the flashbacks and everything like that. What I'm, like, if this were to be a movie, here is my thinking on this. It could be, like, they have, like, the whole part 1 scene. Maybe they can condense it a little bit, but not too much. Now, let me pause here real quick and give an example of some, like, movies based off of, like, comic books that were too condensed. Okay, so I've read Injustice years 1 through 3, and I have watched the movie. Now, I really loved the story so far. I still need to read years 4 through 5. I believe those are the only ones left. But, like, the story in the comics was just phenomenal. Like, this is the type of, like, story that people like, because it's like almost like friends turn to enemies all because of, like, one crazy event. But the thing is, like, they had that part, like the very beginning part of that, in the movie, but, like, it just felt like it was happening all at once. And, like, there was no way to follow that in the movie. Because what these people did was, like, everything that was in there was pretty much condensed. A lot of stuff was taken out. It just didn't feel right. And for everyone who loves the Injustice movie, I am very sorry. I'm not trying to, like, hate on the movie or anything. I thought it was a good movie all in all. But the problem is with most, like, comic movies is that sometimes, like, producers will think there's too much in the comic, and they'll start taking stuff out and condensing it, and they'll keep what they think is the most important. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff in there that's, like, really important, but you can't ignore the small things either. Like, that's one of the things that make the story so great. Like, it's not just the major things, if you get what I mean. Like, in my personal opinion, if they had done the Injustice movies as different parts, like how they did with The Dark Knight Returns and Long Halloween, I think it would have, like, really been better, honestly, because then there will be, like, more to, like, understand. Like, if someone is watching the movie and they haven't read the comics, in my opinion, there's going to be a lot of questions about it. Now, this isn't to say that, like, comic movies are bad. No, I'm not saying that at all. I mean, the DC animated universe, like, that's based on a lot of comics. But the thing is, like the comics themselves aren't tied together, but the animated universe does things to make them tie together, and that's what I think is like amazing about it. But yeah, enough about that. We're here to talk about The Last Ronin here. Now, in my opinion, because I feel like if they did this as a movie, it would have to either be like the Zack Snyder cut, being like maybe 4 hours, maybe 3 hours, who knows, or they could do it in parts. They've done that with like official movies too, like The Mockingjay and a couple others that I can't remember. But like, what I'm trying to say here is like no matter what approach they go, if they make a movie out of this comic, whether it's live action, 3D animated, 2D animated, the main thing they have to do is stay true to the story. And if that means making like a part 1 or a part 2, maybe even a part 3, that's cool. That's cool. And they could also do it like the Zack Snyder Justice League or the newest Batman movie, like make it like longer, like 3 hours or 4 hours. I mean, yeah, your butt's probably gonna fall asleep, but it's gonna be worth it because this is an amazing story. Implementing the flashbacks in the story, because there are a lot of flashbacks in the story. It's just like, I don't know how you would like do it. I hope that whoever like goes with this, I am praying that they make the visuals and the like all good, and that the story is like stays true. Because let's be honest, when this was announced, all of us were excited. Even I was excited, but the problem with me was that I had so much going on my plate with like I was still in school when this was announced. Like, I had to deal with school. Then later on, after I graduated, I had to focus on finding a job. Then I had like issues with the first job I had. I had issues with relationships and a bunch of other issues that I am not ready to talk about yet. But one of the things that kept me going was just like being just me. Like there were times where I just sat on my bed or sat at my desk and just played a video game, read a comic, did some sketching, and just let all the cares of the world just melt off me. And this book, with how things have been recently, I mean, I just got this book like this Sunday, but I read through it like multiple times and I still love it even after reading it like maybe 100 times now. But like stuff like this just makes all the cares in the world go away. And I'm not saying that everything will just go poof like that if you just like read a comic or nothing. No, stuff is still gonna happen. But what I'm saying is that this story, like stories like this, stories that we just absolutely need, just they make life a whole lot more tolerable. Because like people like Kevin Eastman and all them, like they created something that we all love, and that evolved into more. The problem is sometimes like things just don't go the way people expect. They get disappointed and just not enjoy it anymore. But like if we have people who know like the characters, they know the story, and they just stay true to that, and I know I've said that a lot, so I am sorry, but if they just do that, then it makes things a whole lot more enjoyable. And that's what I hope that like people do for this if they ever make a movie out of this. I'm hoping they make a movie out of it. And like I said, they could do this any type of way, but all they gotta do is stay true to the story, because this story has pretty much everything, at least for my opinion. It's got like a backstory, it's got a motive, it's got an objective, it's just got family, pain, comfort, and there's literally a part in this story where Mikey writes down something at the end of Splinter's journal saying no peace with N-O, as in he has no peace because he feels that he needs to just avenge his family, that it's his destiny to like regain that honor. And then at the end, when he's going to fight Hiroto, and then he like gives the book to April's daughter, like he tells her that the last lesson is his and it's the most important. And it's the same page, except now it's no peace, as in like basically like know that like there is peace, and like know your peace. And that I was a little confused at first, and then I saw that, and it just really hit me hard to see that. Like, I don't know, guys, but all in all, long story short, throughout this entire confusing like explanation, if they do make a movie out of this, I pray that it'll be something that everyone will love. Anyway, let's turn it back to the animated me. And yeah, those are my thoughts about The Last Ronin and wanting a movie out of it. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great day or night, and I will see you all next time.